All right, so today we're unpacking a system that's making a lot of noise, one that claims to have cracked the code for automated online business. Our goal here is pretty simple. Get past all the hype and really look at the mechanics of how this thing is put together. Okay, let's get into it.
You know, if you've spent any time at all trying to build something online, you've probably felt this. It's like you're on the outside looking in, you see these people who seem to have these incredible automated businesses, and you're just left wondering, what's the secret? Is there some hidden code that I'm just not seeing?
Well, that exact feeling is what the digital boss code says it's here to solve. The promise they're making is actually pretty bold. They're saying, hey, there's no mystery here, there's just a method. And that method is what they've built this entire system around, the digital boss code, or, DBC for short. So that's exactly what we're gonna do. We're gonna get into the nuts and bolts of this structure and really try to understand what this system is promising to deliver on a practical level. So here's how we're gonna break this down. We're gonna look at what they call the hidden code, then we'll dive into the platform and the content itself. After that, the automation framework, which is huge, the ecosystem of support, and finally, we'll talk about the path to actually making an income with this. Let's start right at the bottom with the foundation, because honestly, the platform they chose to build this on is a really big deal. This is actually the first piece of what the system calls its hidden code. It's not some magic algorithm, it's about the underlying structure. See, this whole thing isn't just a website with a couple of PDFs you can download. The entire system is built very strategically on a platform called School. And this is key because School is really well known for being able to put everything a student needs in one single place. That's a huge factor in actually keeping people engaged and moving forward. And here's why that choice matters so much. School integrates everything. The courses, the progress tracking, the community forum, it's all right there. This is a direct attack on the friction and distraction that just derails so many people, right? You're not taping together 5 different services and jumping between a bunch of apps. It's all in one spot. So what's inside that platform? Well, the content is laid out like a step-by-step roadmap, and it covers all the big stuff. The fundamentals of business and marketing, how to find a profitable niche, product creation, crafting your offer, and of course, funnels, traffic, and conversions. The goal is clearly to give you actionable training that you can use right away. The other thing the system really emphasizes is speed. The idea is you shouldn't have to start from scratch. They have this plug-and-play concept, which means the really tough parts, like building landing pages, writing email sequences, even coming up with ad copy, are already templated out for you. So you're not just staring at a blank page, you're hitting the ground running. Okay, so this leads us perfectly into what I think is really the core promise of the whole thing. Let's talk about the automation framework. The whole philosophy here is super simple. Let technology do the repetitive work. The system's big claim is that it can help you scale your revenue by taking all the manual labor out of the whole telling and selling process. So what does that actually look like? Well, imagine a potential customer shows up at your funnel. Instantly, an AI chatbot engages with them. It answers their questions, handles objections, and it even segments them based on what they say. The idea is, by the time a real person ever needs to get involved, that prospect is already warmed up and highly qualified. And we're not just talking about basic chatbots here. The material really pushes into some seriously cutting-edge stuff. Advanced AI automations, custom GPTs, Google Gemini, YouTube automations, and even building your own software as a service. This really shows they're committed to creating multiple income streams, all powered by this tech. But as we all know, complex technology needs solid support. And that brings us to what the DBC material calls one of its absolute biggest assets, the ecosystem of peers and coaches. Look, automation by itself can be pretty fragile, right? An algorithm changes, a platform updates its software, and boom, your whole system could break. That's why they stress that this isn't just a course. It's a living ecosystem that offers real-time support right when you need it, which is so critical when you're dealing with this kind of tech. So here's the crucial point. You're getting access to the collective brainpower of hundreds of other entrepreneurs. That feeling of being totally alone, which just kills so many solo businesses, is basically removed from the equation. If you're stuck on a sales objection for your custom GPT, you can literally talk to someone who just solved that exact problem yesterday. Okay, let's shift gears and get into the part that really ties all of this together, the money. How do you actually get paid? The DBC is super clear about offering 2 distinct paths to making an income. Path number 1 is to use all the training to build and sell your own digital offers. And path number 2 is to master the affiliate and referral opportunities that are baked right into the system itself. Now, before we get into the commission model, we have to talk about the cost. As of right now, a membership, which gets you everything we've talked about, is just $38 a month.
But, and this is a big but, there's some urgency here. The material puts a ticking clock on that price, saying very clearly that it's going to increase to $98 a month very soon. So the current rate is framed as a chance to lock in what they call a legacy seat.
And that price point leads right into the big leverage point. If you decide to promote DBC to others, you get a 50% recurring commission. Let me say that again. Half of the monthly fee for every single person you refer every single month for as long as they stay a member. That's powerful.
That 50% recurring commission is really the engine for passive income in this model. You can see how the math works out. At around $40 a month, just 2 referrals means your own membership is basically free. 10 referrals gets you $200 a month. Now, getting to $10,000 a month would take 500 active referrals, and let's be real, that is statistically very, very difficult to do. In any system like this, people drop off, so keeping them active is absolutely key.
So, when you boil it all down, the choice they present is really stark. Path 1 is you keep trying to figure it all out on your own, fighting with algorithms, dealing with tech headaches, and probably heading for burnout. Path 2 is to step into the code and hand over the hardest parts to automated systems that have a whole community backing them up. And that really brings us to the final question here. If the real goal is freedom, and this system actually delivers on its promises of automation and support, what's the most critical resource it's actually saving you? Is it just about the income, or is it about all the mental energy you waste trying to solve problems that a well-built system should just handle for you? That's definitely something to think about.